It's your girl Drea Nicole, and you're watching Heritage Hip Hop.
All right, everybody out there, peace. This is Karev, and shout out to my man, the phenomenal DJ Show Off of Me Dash Radio, who introduced us to this very beautiful voice. And she got somebody special with her here as well that I want to introduce to y'all as well. First, let's focus on Mom. Yeah, there you go. Let's focus on Mom. Introduce yourself once again to the people.
Hey, it's your girl Drea Nicole. How you doing? R&B soul singer straight out of A-Train Music.
Alright, so let's get into it. Tell us about Drea Nicole and her origins in life and music.
Oh, my origins in life. I'm born and raised in Brooklyn, New York. And origins in music. Originally, I started off writing music in elementary school. I would take the songs that was popular on the radio and rewrite them. So I was remixing before Puffy was remixing.
Alright.
And but I didn't really think that I had a talent for singing, so I would take it to school and teach it to my friends and be like, this part is for you, this part is for you, and this part is for you, and and make them sing it. I didn't really realize that I had a voice until church. I joined the choir, the youth choir and the mass choir, which included everybody of all ages. And I was given a solo. Two other girls was doing a solo as well, and we had to pass the mic back and forth to each other, but they wouldn't pass the mic to me. So this is when I realized I had a big voice. So I started singing over them, even though they had the mic, but I was still louder because I started singing over them without the mic because I was like, I'm doing my solo. And like people in the church, they started crying and everything, and that's when I realized, ooh, I might have something here. And I've been yelling at people on the mic ever since.
Okay, that's interesting. Let's pull back to the home team first. You're from Brooklyn, New York.
Yes.
Now, Brooklyn is synonymous with pride.
Yes.
Because everywhere you go, somebody's yelling Brooklyn.
Everywhere you go. Brooklyn is in the freaking building.
and what's funny about that is, through Brooklyn pride, Brooklyn has many different personalities as well. Because Clinton Hill, and you got Flatbush, Bushwick, East New York, everybody's Brooklyn everywhere.
Right.
But the attitude and the pride shifts depending on which part.
Where you at, yeah.
So tell me about your part.
Well, I grew up in Sheepshead Bay, Brooklyn.
Okay.
So my part is a little, because back in the day it was predominantly white. So it was I grew up around a lot of racism, honestly. A lot of times being one of the only black kids in my class until I got into from 5th grade on, it started getting a little more mixed. More people was coming into the neighborhood and this, that, and other. But before that, you could spot me real easy in my class picture. But I think that experience kind of helped me build character, toughness in a way. I remember walking to school and on the mailboxes, there would be swastikas drawn on the mailboxes. I didn't really understand what it was at that time, and now when I think back at it, I'm like, yo, this is where I grew up at, And it's kind of weird. But then on the flip side, I was exposed to different music, different lifestyles that I know a lot of my friends wasn't exposed to. So I listened to rock music. I like stuff like Alanis Morissette and alternative music, Nirvana and everything. So I think it helps me, that experience helped me blend in no matter where I'm at or who I'm around.
You're what I would call the MTV generation baby, because you were able to grasp many different cultures, whether you wanted to or not. It blended in and it helped you create your own understanding of what music is.
Yes.
So you have an appreciation for Michael Jackson, yet Madonna, yet this, yet that.
Ooh, I went through a big Madonna. That's
a
whole nother incident. I went through a Madonna phase. I had the lace socks and the lace things in my hair.
I get it.
Hot mess, but yeah, I did that.
You are in a generation of expression. So that's what makes this interview very special for me, because when I heard your music, that brought that out of me. Expression. So let's talk more about Brooklyn and Drea Nicole, because whenever you come from a place, you embody that place everywhere you go.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I'm from New Jersey, as everybody knows. I'm from South Orange, but my grooming and my mental elevation came from Newark, New Jersey. So people think I'm from Newark, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then when you say something like Brooklyn, people have that, you from Brooklyn.
Right, automatically, yeah.
So how did Brooklyn help shape your voice?
How did Brooklyn help shape my voice? I'm not too sure maybe it helped shape my expression of my music, because like, you know, once I ventured outside of Sheepshead and I went to high school in Flatbush and got exposed to the West Indian culture, you know, got exposed to my hood people, you know, love y'all. I think as a R&B singer, I come across more hard, like in my performance. I come across more hard. Like one person told me that if they put my performance on mute, they don't know if I'm a singer or a rapper.
I could tell. I had a nickname for you when I saw one of your Instagram posts. I called you the Beautiful Bully. Yeah, for real. That's how. Cause the way you rock when you sing, yeah, it looked like you got bars. So you didn't see that post, huh? I was like, yeah, it's the Beautiful Bully. That's why I was like, yeah, she's singing, but she knock your damn head off. So
I think that's how Brooklyn itself shaped me, because you know, in Brooklyn, and people have told me this, Brooklyn is known for the girls being cute, but don't cross them. Yeah. And I was that girl. I had on my baggy jeans, my Timbs, my hoodie, but my makeup and my hair was always done. Yeah.
I get it. No, I get it. Brooklyn and Newark, New Jersey, Brooklyn and Brick City have a secret love affair that a lot of people don't know about. A lot of people, like I said, when you on the outskirts, when people be like, Brooklyn, don't go there. Yeah. Say that people like, Newark, what? Don't go there. Right. But when Newark and Brooklyn connect, beautiful things always happen because there's a symmetry of respect. As an artist, when you go travel to show your work, your art, and your prestige, when you say you're from Brooklyn, you bring that Brooklyn with you, how are you received? Actually, I get a great reception, and Brooklyn is always everywhere. So you always find that 1, 2, or 3 people that's from Brooklyn, and then they automatically is on your side because you're like, hey, I'm Drea Nicole from Brooklyn, New York. Yeah, I'm like I got people in that building, you know. But I always get a great reception, even outside of music. You know, even though I was born and raised in Brooklyn, I used to spend my summers down south. Okay. With my grandma and my auntie. Okay. So my nickname in South Carolina is actually Brooklyn. Oh, okay. Because you know, you take that everywhere you go. Are you from Brooklyn? Brooklyn. So then people just started calling me Brooklyn. And I've always been received positively just by stating that I'm from Brooklyn. But then I find out people are automatically scared of you too at the same time. But it's okay. I'm nice. Yeah, it is what it is. Easy going. It's funny that you bring up South Carolina and the South, because the juke joint is the history of the soul, blues, or R&B singer of the South, and you choose to sing. When you went to the South, did that old time religion or that old time funk or soul music influence how you sing as well? I'll take it all back to the church. Because honestly, in South Carolina, I was struggling with the music because I couldn't find everything that I was listening to in New York. Right. You know, dance hall was hard to find, to listen to out there. Certain hip hop was hard to find to listen to out there, especially on the radio.
So I found an AM station that played everything that I liked when I was out there.
That's different.
And then they had a teen club, and I just got like cool with the DJ, and I was like requesting stuff like, yo, find this, find that, find this, find that, just so I could hear what I like to hear. But as far as how I sing, probably the soul that I bring, it all goes back to church. It all goes back to church.
So church is the beginning of your voice, not your style.
Right.
Let me ask you a question, because I'm a believer, but I hate church. And the reason why is because I think church has become more of a business than a faith-based practice.
Right.
And I always get offended when people say gospel awards, because how do you give a person an award for praising God?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I think that's really weird. But the one thing I always loved about church is you found the truest honesty and expression. From being in church to performing, how has honesty carried you into your highest levels of your stardom? And you are a star, by the way.
Oh, thank you. I think because in my music, I'm completely transparent. You know, you heard the album. Every story, every song is true, like absolutely true and based on me. Except for one. Out of Luck, Out of Time is actually based on the TV show Power. But besides that one, those are all based on my personal happenings, you know, in a particular relationship. So it's like, I just feel like I just threw it all out there, you know, put it all out there for the world to hear. It was my therapy. That's why the album is called Musical Therapy. It was how I got through that particular time in my life. And I think my honesty shows through, because when I'm singing these songs, I go right back into that headspace of when I wrote it. And so it just brings it all back to the forefront again. And I just project it out as I'm singing it.